what you see. I was taught ain't nothing free. If someone got it, it ain't me.
What's up, y'all? This is Daniel with Pride of the Southland. Wanted to make a video over the startup of our chicken business. We're in the early stages, so if you're interested in following along, now would be a good time to subscribe and join us in this journey. We have a 12 by 12 coop here with 3 individual stalls or coops, whatever you want to call them. 2 of them have chickens in them right now. This third one, we'll step inside here. This third one's not got anything in it at this point, but it will shortly. So each coop is 4 by 12. We have 26 little chicks in here. Had a few of them that didn't make it. We ordered 28, I believe. Ordered 27, they gave us 28. We're down to 26. I ordered 2 roosters and 25 hens or pullets. And then over there in that far section, we have 13 pullets that are a little bit older. So we're gonna see how many roosters that we end up with. Hopefully the 2 or 3 that passed away weren't roosters. Got one sitting over there in the corner right now. So anyways, this is not complete. Like I said, I'll do a video once it is complete. I don't think I'm gonna do runs on the outside. I think I'm just gonna do a fenced in area and try to give these chicks about a quarter acre or so. But what I wanted to do is make a video over the income potential just off this one building right here. So let me grab my notepad as a film and I'll go over all the numbers. Alright, I got my notepad with all my notes on it, that way I don't forget anything. I've stepped into this other section of the coop here, that way we can get a better look at the chickens. I'm not really going to go over anything of the build in this video. Once it's complete, I will go over all that. So, the plan for this 12 by 12 coop here that we have is 36 hens with one rooster per 12 hens, so 39 chickens total. With that amount of chickens, we should be able to produce roughly 9,000 eggs a year. That's an average of 250 eggs per year per hen. These are Rhode Island Reds. They claim to lay anywhere from 280 to 300 a year. So 250 is a kind of conservative number, but that's what we're going to go with. So 9,000 eggs per year at an 80% hatch rate will produce 72 chicks a year potentially. And the way we plan on hatching them, we will incubate them. We have 2 GQF Sportsman incubators. I'll go over, I'll show you them later on and show you the capacity of those and go over that a little bit. So we have a buyer that's willing to buy chicks the day they hatch. He told me that he would buy up to 500 chickens a week. So we're not really going to be able to produce that with this amount of chickens and the capacity of our incubators. You know, everything's going to hinge on the incubators, the capacity of those and the hatch rate. But we expect, and I'll go over this later, a 75 to 80% hatch rate. Those incubators are some of the best, if not the best. I've seen a few other homestead channels and things like that use them. So anyways, back to the numbers here. That's a potential 72 chicks. That's a potential the day that they're born. You know, we have a buyer that'll pay $2 a piece for them, which is a deal for him, but it's also a deal for us as well, because we will not have any money in the chicks themselves. So that's a potential of $14,400 for a year out of this coop right here. after feed costs and things like that, these chicks, once they're grown, will eat about a 1/4 pound of feed a day. Plus, we plan on supplementing that with some free range type time. You know, we're not going to let them free range. It's going to be a controlled, but they should have enough space to supplement that feed and help us with the cost of that. So that's going to potentially allow us to net $1,125 a month. If we grow them out a little bit more than that, you know, we could get a little bit more money, but then we're going to have more money tied up in them. So starting out, I think I'm just going to sell them the day they hatch, or close to the day they hatch, to that buyer if everything goes well. So the cost that we have so far and everything is $200 for the chicks, or the chickens that you see. By the time this coop's done, we'll have roughly $2,000 in it. Spent $800 on incubators, $1,800, on incubators. And for the first year, it'll roughly cost us $900 to feed this amount of chickens. Maybe a little less than that because they're obviously not grown right now, but once they're full grown, it'll cost us about $900 a year to feed this amount of chickens. So that's a total of $4,900 minus, so if you subtract that from the potential income, we could potentially net $9,500 the first year just off of this one coop. If everything goes well, we will expand, and that number should go up. Obviously the overhead will go up, but the income potential will go up too. So another thing that I like about chickens, where I feel like it's not as risky as other business ventures, is there's more than one way to make money off of chickens. You can also save money by raising chickens, because you can provide yourself with your own eggs. You know, it's not going to cut your grocery bill down a whole lot, but you know, they're going to be a little bit better for you depending on how you raise them than what you can buy in the store. You know, farm fresh eggs around here go for $3.50 a dozen, so any eggs that we produce that our incubators can't handle at this point, we'll either eat or we could potentially sell them. Another way to make money off chickens or save money is once these chickens are done laying, because the life cycle of a hen doesn't last very long. They start to decline in production after a couple of years. You can put them on the dinner table. That's another way to save money. That's going to save you more money than eggs themselves, and we eat a lot of chicken around here. That's the primary meat that we eat, so that's another way that you can save / make money. I view saving money the same as making money, because the more money you can save, then the less money that you need to bring into your household income. The fourth way is, if you ain't got the capacity for your incubators, and then you're not going to eat them, or you have more than you'll eat, the way we're going to be set up is these eggs should be fertilized, because we're going to have roosters in here with them, so you can actually sell fertilized eggs to people, or hatching eggs, and let them incubate them themselves, and those go for a little bit more money. In our area, from what we've seen, a dozen Rhode Island red hatching eggs goes up to about $18, so that's $1.50 per egg. So that's a pretty good way to kind of offset things also. So that's why I feel like chickens is a pretty safe business to get into, especially right now with the COVID. The buyer that we're looking to buy from says he actually can't get enough chickens right now. I think more people are trying to become less reliant on the commercial stores and things like that, and they're trying to provide for themselves as much as they can, because I don't know how it was in everyone else's area, but in our area we were very limited on what we could buy. Even if it was available, they limited you so much that it really wasn't enough to feed a family, such as eggs. You know, they would only allow a dozen eggs at a time, and you know, me by myself, I could eat those in 4 days. I usually eat 3 eggs a day for breakfast. You know, we got a family of 4, and we work full time. We don't live in town, so the only other way to get the amount of eggs that we need was to be making extra trips to the grocery store, which really wasn't feasible. So that's why I think chickens are a fairly safe bet and business to get into. That's just my ideas, and these are my plans. And this right here is the very start of things. This is our setup, and this is not a very big area. Chickens, the good thing about chickens is you don't need a lot of land, a lot of space really, compared to most other types of animals. So I'll go inside and show you the incubator that we have inside. We have 2. One's at my partner's house, and I'll go over that inside. So this right here is one of our incubators. It's a GQF Sportsman incubator. It's pretty nice. I'll open it up in just a second. Purchased 2 of these, and with everything that I purchased and to have them shipped to me was just under $1,800. It's got a digital display on the side here. If I can show y'all, it reads the incubator temperature and the humidity. And then we open it up here. This right here is what it looks like inside. It's got a pan up here for water that you can put in there, and I have a little in there, as you can see the line right here. That's for the humidity. It rotates them automatically. And then at the bottom here you have a hatching tray, so once the eggs start to hatch, you can put them down in there. The only thing I don't like about this so far, I haven't set any eggs on it, is this last row here doesn't allow it to tilt, so I'm going to have to cut those off. So I'm going to lose 18 eggs because I got to cut the last row off on each rack. So I'll lose 18. So with the chicken eggs, the way it sits right now, we can set 198 eggs. That's 66 per tray. So I can do a rotation of 1 level per week, and that's 66, and I have 2, so that's 132 eggs a week that I can sit in here. This up here, this is an option that you can purchase with it. It does the same thing as this. This one's more automated. You fill this up right here, and then you set this inside. You run the tube in, and it has a float, so you can control the water level. You want the humidity, you can set the humidity like that right there. So I'm new to this. I got someone that's helping me, which is where the other incubator's at right now. Kind of worked out a deal. They was wanting one of these, so I told them, you know, how about I buy one and we can both use that one, and you can show me the ins and outs. I believe the humidity needs to be between like 45 and 55%, and I think that changes throughout the process. So this is a learning process for me. I just wanted to show y'all how we're gonna hatch our eggs. This is a pretty cool deal. So like I said earlier, you know, have a buyer that's willing to purchase chicks today. They hatch at $2 a piece, and he can purchase, or wants to purchase, up to 500. Obviously we're not going to be able to meet that mark with just 2 incubators. We're running some numbers. If everything goes well when we start out, we don't want to get in over our head, so we want to kind of gradually grow with it. But To produce 500 chickens a week, I believe we would need 6 incubators. And that's at 100% hatching rate, which we will not get. We're looking between 75 and 80%. So thank y'all for watching. More videos to come. And I hope y'all enjoy. Thank you.